Hey guys, are you ready to learn about blogging as a business? My name is Katie Dodd, and I'm the owner of Katie Dodd Nutrition, LLC. I run the Dietitian Side Hustle podcast, the Geriatric Dietitian website, and the High Calorie Recipes food blog. I am a blogger, a speaker, a mentor, and a leader within the field. So what can you expect from today's webinar? Well, you are going to learn how to blog as a business, bringing in multiple streams of income on your own time and from the comfort of your own home without seeing patients. So, you guys, there is so much more to being a dietitian than what we experience in the typical 9-to-5 job. So, I want to encourage each and every one of you to think of going beyond the 9-to-5. Now, whether or not this is creating your own business as a side hustle or doing something on your own altogether, but we're looking at something that is outside of the box when it comes to our field. Dietitians aren't just in hospitals, they aren't just in universities, they aren't in, food service and long-term care. There are opportunities for dietitians to make impact and to make income everywhere. And there are limitless opportunities for making money and impact as a dietitian online. So, is this for you? My question for you guys, what is your dietitian dream? When it comes to your career, when it comes to what you want to do, when it comes to why you became a dietitian, what is your dream? And are you dreaming big enough? I think too often we decide to dream too small. We think that those dreams that we really have in our head and in our heart, that they're just too crazy, too wild, too audacious, that we just don't want to speak them out into the world. So I want to encourage you guys to think, what is your dream? What do you want to do as a dietitian? And are you dreaming big enough? If you aren't dreaming big enough, then my goodness, it is time to start. So is blogging for you? I really love blogging because blogging is a low-cost business which anyone can tackle. If you think of being a business owner, if you were to go out there and start a brick and mortar business, you probably would have to go take out a loan. You would have to find a space to rent. You'd have to get, equipment, furniture. You would have to get an electronic medical record, computer. You would have to spend so much money in investing in starting a brick and mortar business. Is it worth it? Absolutely. Plenty of dietitians do it, and it's a wonderful opportunity. But the thing about blogging doesn't cost a lot of money. It does cost a little bit of money to have a website online that you could monetize, but we're talking around less than $90 for your first year of blogging. That's nothing compared to, how much money it costs to run a brick and mortar business. So blogging is phenomenal. Anyone can do it. Most people have a computer in their home. Most of us have a computer in our pocket, known as a cell phone. And really, blogging is possible. It is something that you and I can do. And I'll tell you, it's something that a lot of people do who are not dietitians. There are a lot of bloggers out there blogging about nutrition, creating content about nutrition online, and they are not the registered dietitian. They're not the nutrition expert. They're spreading incorrect information. And I know you guys know this because a lot of you are the ones who are sitting in the clinic dealing with patients, and you have to work through all of that, false information that they've gotten online. So you guys know it's out there, and that really shows you anyone can be a blogger, anyone. But if we as dietitians learn how to blog, we learn how to blog as a business, then we can take over that online space, make impact, and make money. So let's talk about some dietitian problems when it comes to blogging. So there are 3 main problems that I've identified when it comes to dietitians starting their own blog as a business. First off, they don't know what they want to do. Oftentimes this comes down to picking a niche. A lot of us come into dietetics because there are so many different areas, so many different facets of the field that we're fascinated with. We have these areas that we love to teach. We have these areas that impact us personally. We all have those areas that we love, and sometimes we have multiple loves within the field. But then also, we don't really know how to make money out of what we love to do. I remember actually a long time ago, I used to say, I wish that I could get paid to make things easy to understand and look pretty. Now, I didn't realize at the time, in some ways that's blogging. I get to, through a blog, make concepts easy to understand, and I get to make them look pretty. So, I think a lot of us, we don't know what we want to do, but we also don't know, how we're going to make money doing it. So then number 2 is that we don't know how to do it when it comes to the blog. We don't know the tech. We don't know the strategy on how to make our blog grow. And we don't have the business skills to really tackle blogging as a business. And don't worry, we're going to talk about all these things. And then number 3, if you take number 1 and you take number 2, you don't know what you want to do, you don't know how to do it, and you add on perfectionism, and we know most dietitians struggle with perfectionism, well, what do you have? You have overwhelm and inaction. So these are the biggest problems when it comes to a dietitian starting a blog. So let me tell you guys a little bit about my story. I have a full-time job that I love. I've been a dietitian since 2008, and I work as a home care dietitian. I have a great job, amazing pay, wonderful benefits, and I love it. I know a lot of people, as they come into the entrepreneurial world and it comes to starting a business, they think it's all or nothing. I have to either, go all in and be a business owner or have a full-time job. But that's not true. You can absolutely do both. Many people do it. So I started side hustling, so doing something on the side, in 2014. I'm not going to take the time to share my story during this webinar because it'll take way too long, but I really fell into side hustling by accident, and I loved it. I love nutrition. For me, it's a hobby. I love doing this stuff on the side, and to be able to make money on top of it, I was just like, man, this is so cool. For me, I see patients in my job full time, but I have zero interest in seeing patients outside of my full-time job. And that was really something that held me back from starting my own business, because I always thought that a nutrition entrepreneur, a nutrition business owner, saw patients on the side. I didn't realize there was this whole vast opportunity for us to make money online through blogging and all these different things that we can do. So when I first started, again, I had really small goals. I didn't have these I had big dreams. I had audacious dreams, but I played it safe. I played it small, and my goals were like make $300 a month. It was not much. I felt like, oh, that's some good money. $300 a month for my side hustle. That's great. And, the truth of the matter was, when I first started side hustling, I was doing things like freelance writing, updating continuing education papers, doing webinars, doing contract gigs. What I came to realize that while I was doing wasn't bad. It was great. I love it. I'm so grateful for every opportunity I've had. But the reality was, I was spending my time and my talents building someone else's dream. This is the reality, guys. We are either going to spend our careers building someone else's dream or building our own. Even when you look at a full-time job, we are working for someone, and someone at the top is making a lot of money, right? When we're doing contract gigs, we're getting paid kind of one and done for something that we do, but that company is paying us because they know that they could take what we've done, what we've created, whatever service we're offering, and they can use that to grow and scale and make even more money. So for us, if we're doing a contract gig or if it's a regular job, we're paid for the hours that we're working, for the contracts that we're doing. But if we have our own business, we are able to use our time and our talents creating opportunities within our own business where the income that we make will continue to grow. So within my own story, guys, I learned how to blog as a business. I learned technically how to blog, but then I learned those business skills on how to grow, how to level up. And I'm going to take a minute, I'm going to take a detour before I come back to my story, because I want to tell you guys a little bit about how you could actually make money blogging. Because if you're just tuning into this webinar and you want to learn how do I blog as a business, you might be like, well, what do you mean, Katie? How does this even work? So I'm going to break this down real simple for you, and hang in there with me. This concept, I'm breaking it down real simple. It's absolutely more complicated than this, but to make money, you need two things. You need something to sell, and you need someone to sell it to. So blogging is wonderful because it satisfies both the things. You have someone to sell, and you can create something to sell to them. So let's talk a little bit about what is the something to sell. So there are many different ways that you can make money through blogging, but these are the core things that I do through my blog as far as making money. So first off, I sell ebooks. I have 2 e-cookbooks and I have a regular ebook. I sell digital handouts. I have courses. I make money through affiliate income where I sell other people's products and make a commission off of it. I make money by having ads on my website, The Geriatric Dietitian, and sponsored content I don't have yet. That is actually one of my goals for 2020. I'm 2021, but my goal is to make money by having sponsored posts on the blog or on social media for the geriatric dietitian. And then finally, freelance work. And that is something where when you have a blog, it kind of sets you apart as an expert within your niche. And people often will find you online, or you could use it kind of as a little bit of street cred that, hey, I'm an expert in this area, go check out my blog. And it can really help connect you with different freelance opportunities where you are able to do contract work for someone else. I like freelance work because it is something that you can do to make money while you're building your blog. You're going to hear me say this a couple times, that blogging is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes time to build your blog, but if you're willing to do the work and stick with it, you absolutely can build massive traffic, make massive impact, and make massive income. So it's a long-term game. You're not going to push publish on your blog and start rolling in the dough. So freelance work is a beautiful way that you can start making money immediately as you are building up this blog, where you will be making more money later as you are building your own blog, your own dream, your own business. So you might notice I have two little stars on here, the very last two things. And the reason I have stars is I want to differentiate the difference between passive income and active income. The two stars are active income, everything else is passive income. So if you're not familiar with these concepts, passive income is where you take the time, you create a product once. Now, you do have to market it. If you have a blog, you have people coming to your website, then that kind of helps fulfill the traffic. So you do need to market that product, and you're able to sell it on autopilot. I often call this money you make in your sleep. I'll wake up, I'll check my phone, I'll be like, look at all this money I made. I didn't do anything. It's so wonderful. So for me, passive income are those ebooks. I created them. They're on my website. People are coming to my website because they have certain problems that these ebooks fulfill. They buy the ebooks, and again, I just make completely passive income. I'm not trading my time for money. So active income is where you trade your time for money. It is, I work a certain amount of time, I get paid a certain amount of money. So think of hourly pay. Maybe this is a salary job. This is contract work. So active income is only so scalable because we only have so much time in the day, right? Only so much time in the week and the month. So active income is a wonderful way to make money, but there is a cap typically on how much money you can make through active income. I say typically because there's all kinds of different things you can do as a business owner to make massive money through active income, but it is very different from passive income, where you take the time, you create it, and you are able to sell it on autopilot. So again, through the blog, I am able to sell ebooks, digital handouts, courses. I'm able to make affiliate sales and make money through ads, and I'm not doing anything on the day-to-day basis, and I'm still making income through these ways. Now, if I wanted to get a sponsored gig where a company or a brand is promoting something on my social media, on my blog, now that's going to take time for me to work with them, right? If I do freelance work, if I'm doing freelance writing, speaking, webinars, working on a project, that's going to take my time. So the beauty of having a blog is that we can create something to sell. We can create multiple streams of income. So we could have, all of these different things. So we're making money in all these different ways. And multiple streams can be from passive income, where we are not trading time for money. That gives us back time where we could do other things, and it brings in more money so we could work less. It's a win-win. So now let's talk a little bit. We talked about, what to sell. Let's talk about the someone to sell it to piece of making money. So how do you find someone to buy the things that you have to offer? Well, we could use a blog, social media, email marketing. And I will say, as a business blogger, you should absolutely be using all three. But the blog is really, for me, the meat and potatoes of how to find someone to sell something to. So for those of you who don't know, a blog article is something that comes up when you search for something online. I'm going to talk about this a little bit more later, but I just want to give you a sneak peek. Most of us go to Google or a search engine when we have a question. We want to know, what's the best hotel to stay at in Anaheim? What's a recipe for making brownies without eggs? How to build my own patio, right? We go to search engines because we have questions. When we search for a question, it pulls up, different websites, and we click on them. And when we go into that website, we are reading blog articles. So if someone asks, how does a blog work? A blog is working by bringing in traffic because you are answering questions to people's problems by writing really amazing articles on your website related to whatever topic you are, have your website about. So I mentioned this before. Again, I'm going to say it again, but blogging is a long-term game. we talk about Google because it is the major search engine, like 95% of people use it. And it takes anywhere from 6 to 9 months for Google to pick up a brand new baby blog. And this makes sense. People start blogs every day. There's a lot of money to be made blogging, and a lot of people are starting blogs because they want to get rich quick, and most of them give up. Or they're creating a blog that's real spammy because they're just trying to make money and they're not providing valuable content. So there's all of these websites that get created all the time, and Google wants to be legit. They want to be reliable. They want to make sure that they're only pulling up the best content for their users. So it takes some time for your website to be online before they really start including you in the search rankings. So it's a long-term game, but it is an amazing way to reuse content for years to come. When it comes to social media, you spend all this time making this amazing post, and it's on someone's news feed today, then it goes down and it's like gone. It's like in the social world somewhere. Now someone can go back to your page and dig and find it later, but for the most part, that content is kind of like one and done. Where if you put that same content on a blog, it continues to live there, grow. More people can find it over and over again. They can come back to it every day, every month, every year, and you just continue to reuse it. You will bring in massive traffic without having to post every day, like on social. Well, you don't necessarily have to post every day on social, but it's a way where, you don't have to post to your blog every single day. I post blog articles. My goal is to post between 4 and 6 blog articles a month on the Geriatric Dietitian. I was doing less than that when I started, but I kind of found my groove for what I'm doing at that number. But it's a way where you're not posting every day and you're not getting burnt out. It's something where even if you want to step away and take a little break, all of that content that's already online is going to continue to bring you in traffic. So when we talk about making money, how we need something to sell and someone to sell it to, it really is all about the right timing. If you don't have an audience, it kind of makes sense, guys. No one's going to buy. So the number one objective when you start blogging is to build your audience. Then over time, you will strategically build income sources. And plus the reality is that you might not know what your audience really wants right now. Over time, your audience is going to tell you what they want, what they need if you actually listen. So really, we don't want to waste time creating products and services that no one wants or will buy. And I will say dietitians are real good doers. We're great at creating the product, the service, the handout, but we really have to make sure that's what our clients want. So it is a balance. To make money online, we need something to sell to people, someone to sell it to. It's all about timing, doing things in the right order. So let me show you how I make money through blogging with a geriatric dietitian. I like talking about money. I like showing specific examples. So I hope this is helpful to show you guys how this actually works. So I have multiple income streams through my blog. This is all stuff that I do on my own time, on my own schedule. I work a full-time job. I have kids. All of this stuff is completely possible. Again, it's all just about timing and doing it strategically. I didn't build all this stuff overnight. My blog is a little over a year and a half old right now. So just wanted to give you guys that perspective. So I make money by, I do have a course on my website. I sell on-demand webinars. I have affiliate sales through different affiliate programs. Big one is Amazon Associates. I do some work for brands and companies. I sell digital goods. I mentioned my ebooks. I do interviews where I actually have marketing companies who interview me as a subject matter expert. They find me through Google. It's a wonderful, easy way to make income. And then also I do have ads on my website. I do have a couple things grayed out, freelance writing and live webinars. I used to do those a lot more as I started my blog, but now that I'm making a lot more income through the blog, I'm kind of backing off on doing those items because those are more active income. I'm trading my time for money. So I'm trying to lean into more passive income sources. So I'm working less and making more. So let's talk about my traffic. So this is the traffic that I pulled when my blog was 19 months old. So I know depending on when you're going to watch this, the actual dates might change. So I wanted to be clear that I started my blog on June 29th, 2019. And this data is coming from when my website was 19 months old. The truth of the matter is our traffic always goes up and down. It's how it always works. So on Google, my website, I'm getting 105,000 sessions per month. On social media, on Instagram, I have a little over 3,000 followers. My Facebook group just has under 2,000 members, and my Pinterest page has over 500,000 monthly viewers. That sounds real fancy. I will tell you it's not that fancy. It just means people who see my pins when they're scrolling and searching through Pinterest. But the more people that see my pin, the more likely they are to click on it. So it's a good thing. And then I have a little over 1,000 people on my email marketing list. So if you see this right here, this is actually from a website called Google Analytics, and it's telling you the traffic on my website. So here is where I started my website. And you could see I didn't really have much traffic until this is the 9-month mark. Then all of a sudden, my website starts taking off. So this was all because of a strategy that I use called search engine optimization, and essentially Google started picking up my website. So you will see little spikes in my traffic that came from social media posts, but my website has continued to grow. A little drop around Christmas time because apparently not a lot of people are online during Christmas, but then continued to grow as we entered the new year. So I do want to mention I do have another part of my business that I have through Dietitian Side Hustle, which is actually the part that you're watching right now. So I do have one live webinar I do, and I make on-demand webinar sales. I do have affiliate programs that I sell through. I have my own course, coaching, and then my group program. So let's take a look back in 2020. I do share an income report on my website, dietitiansidehustle.com. I have one for 2019, 2020, and I will have one for 2021. It's something I plan to do every year because, again, I like talking about money. I think that more dietitians need to be sharing these numbers so we can see what is possible, what things take, and really to help inspire us to level up and make more money as dietitians and do all these things we're excited about. So looking at 2020, and this was a time where I was doing a lot more active income. I'm shifting as I'm making more money to more passive income, but I did webinars. I made about $3,200. About 1/3 of that was passive income, money I made through webinars I already did that people bought on demand. $3,200, the same amount actually, was through freelance writing. I sold about $400 in digital goods, not a ton, but it was all passive. I sold over $2,000 through ebooks. I made over $13,000 through affiliate sales, over $2,000 through coaching, and over $8,000 different work with brands and companies. So I made about $33,000 last year in 2020 through my side hustle. But here's the best part. I get to choose what I want to do. I am the business owner. I am the CEO. I can say no if I want to. If an opportunity comes my way, it doesn't fit with my plan, with what I want to do, I can say no. It's all on my own time. I do it at times that work best for me, for my family, and I'm building my own brand. I am building my own dream. I'm using my skills, my time, my talents to grow and scale a business that will continue to live on year after year and bring in income year after year that will continue to grow and scale. Let me talk to you a little bit about the growth and the income. So these are actually just snippets of things I've shared on social media, but I thought they were helpful to show you guys. So this is showing my website on January 2020. And so a session is essentially someone coming to your website. I probably should have clarified that. It's not entirely like a unique user because the same person can come back to your website multiple times over the month, but it's different than page views. So, like if someone comes to my website and they go look at 5 different pages, sessions is something different. I just like to think of it. It's someone coming to my website throughout the month. So this is my website at about 6 months old. This was January 2020. I had 713 sessions that month, and I felt like $1,000,000. I thought that was amazing. 713 people I didn't even know came to my website. 1 year later, because I have a strategy that I utilize called search engine optimization, I had over 100,000 sessions of people coming to my website. So I just want to show you guys that websites, while it is a long-term game, you guys can absolutely grow, scale your blog, and get really amazing traffic because you can see this is a lot of people coming to my website, a lot of people who I could potentially sell my products or services to. So this is another piece here where I just wanted to show you guys that I'm making some really good passive income as we're moving into 2021. I do have ads on the website. I just got ads in November of, I got approved November of 2020. I started having ads on the website in December of 2020. So this is just showing in January of 2021, I made over $2,000 on my website completely passive, meaning I didn't work a lick. I didn't do anything. Obviously I did the work up front, but during that month, I didn't work to make this money. It's just passive income. So I made about $500 through ebook sales and $1,700 through ad revenue. So again, over $2,000 that month, completely passive income. And again, because my website is going to continue to be online, this is income that's going to come month after month. And as I continue to utilize strategies to grow and scale my blog, these numbers will hopefully get bigger and better. So looking into the future, my 2021 goals, I did hit ad revenue, so I'm getting that now. Amazon Affiliates is an affiliate program I actually just signed up for this year, and my goal is to get sponsorships for the blog. My goal for 2020 was to make $25,000. I made a little over 33, but my goal for 2021, guys, I've really scaled it up. I'm really dreaming big. I'm setting audacious goals. And again, this is 100% possible as a dietitian online because there are limitless opportunities, but my goal is to make $100,000 this year. So I also showed a little snippet here. This is from Mediavine. It's the ad network that I have on my website. And this is something I look at every morning, and it just shows me like when I did this snippet, you could see like the day before I made $62 on my website just by having ads on it. And the coolest part is like, I didn't do anything. I just had ads. Visitors came to my website, and anyways, super cool. This also shows like in December when I first started my blog, how much money I made, in January, how much I made. And I just continue to, I'm actually making over $2,000 a month now through ad revenue. And it's the coolest thing ever. So what I learned through my journey from starting as a side hustler back in, several years ago, doing a lot of contract work for other people, and then all of a sudden I learned like, oh wait, I can blog and I can make this business online without seeing patients. What I've learned through this whole process, guys, is that our greatest limitation is ourselves. We hold ourselves back. I've also learned that you're either going to do two things. You're going to build your own dreams or build someone else's. Nothing wrong with building someone else's if that's what you're passionate about, but I know for me, I wanted to build my own empire. I've also learned that it takes significant investment to make money. And I'm not just talking about the investment of money. I feel like the investment of money is actually the easiest investment. Yes, things are expensive, and yes, money is hard to come by, but I think the harder things that we have to invest in is our mindset, is our willingness to be committed, to do the work, to grow and scale, to learn business skills, to just continue to develop yourself professionally, to surround yourself with the right community. There's all of these different personal investments that we have to put into growing and scaling our business and making money. And it takes a significant investment in yourself to make this happen. The other thing I've learned is that you do have to think and act like a business owner. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Finally, taking action and being imperfect. I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I will tell you guys that it's something I have to continually work on, but I do know that if you want to blog as a business, then you have to be willing to take imperfect action. And then finally, I learned that there are limitless opportunities online. So, overall, if I were to wrap it up, my biggest discovery through my journey with side hustling, with blogging, I've discovered that it was my mindset and my ignorance and how to build my own business were holding me back from my biggest dreams and the ability to make massive impact in this world. So I want to know about you guys. Think about it. What is holding you back from your biggest dreams and the ability to make massive impact? Let me know. So, you guys, can you imagine looking back 1 to 2 years from now and being in the place where you are achieving your dreams, you're making money, you're making impact, and you're living the life you always wanted. So you guys, we're about to dig in. I know we're almost at the 30-minute mark, but we still got a lot to go, so hang in here with me. I do want to provide a disclaimer, and I hope that this is clear, but I just want to say it up front before we move forward, is that by simply watching this video, you're not going to get results. You really have to do the work. You have to take massive action, and you have to relentlessly pursue your dreams. Blogging is not a get-rich-quick opportunity, but I'm happy to show you how it can be done. So what to expect? I am going to teach you guys how to blog as a business, bringing in multiple streams of income on your own time from the comfort of your own home and without seeing patients. So I do want to present to you guys the Blogging Accelerator pyramid, and this is really just a pyramid on, when it comes to blogging, where are you on the pyramid now and where do you want to be? So I'm kind of using terms like, dietitian to be, terms that we use in our field that hopefully is helpful for you to understand. At the very bottom of the pyramid, we have the blogger to be. Now, this is someone who wants to start a blog. They want to create passive income streams, but they're really unsure of their niche or how to even get started. Next up, we have the blogger. Now, this is someone who actually has a blog. They hit publish, their blog is live in the world, but they're still trying to figure out how to make it grow. Like, how do I get that traffic? Next, we have the blog employee. Now, this is someone who's starting to make money, but they want to continue to grow and scale with more passive income. I say blog employee because they're still working for their blog. They're like an employee to their blog. They're still having to work a lot to make that money. Finally, at the top of the pyramid, we have the blog boss. Now, this is someone who has a successful blog with multiple streams of income, and now they're working less and making more. So really, the keys to success for moving up this pyramid, if you're a blogger to be, you have to figure out your path and you have to build that darn blog. As a blogger, you have to learn how to grow that blog. You have to learn search engine optimization, and then you need to build up multiple income streams. From there, you need to focus on continuing to be motivated, being consistent, surrounding yourself with community that is going to build you up, inspire you, keep you going. You need to automate, systemize, and potentially hire. And then at the very top as a blog boss, you have to continue to grow and invest in yourself. It really never ends when it comes to investing in your mind and learning and growing and leveling up. So let's talk about dietitian blogger problems again. So when it comes to, again, the three biggest problems I see for dietitians starting a blog, it is they don't know what they want to do, they don't know how to do it, and then when we take those two things, combine it with perfectionism that plagues dietitians, we have overwhelm and inaction. So we're going to talk about all three of these problems and these solutions. So problem number one is you just don't know what you want to do. So I don't want to spend a ton of time on this particular piece because I want to talk more about the blogging aspect, but you're never going to be able to start a blog if you don't figure out what you want to do, right? So the solution is learning what's possible. Earlier in the webinar, I talked to you guys about what I've done. I've shown you an example. I showed you guys the numbers. I showed you where I was, where I'm going. I talked about those multiple ways to make money through blogging. So by learning what's possible, that kind of opened your eyes like, oh, well, maybe I can do this. What do I want to do here? Next, you have to discover your passion. You really have to uncover, what do I love? What am I good at? What is something that as a blogger, I'm going to be, we're looking at blogging as a business. This is not a hobby. This is something that once you start, you're going to continue to grow and scale it for years and years to come. So what is a topic that you are happy to continue to write about year after year after year? So I feel like some people, they really lean into, well, I'm really passionate about this, but I kind of feel like there's already a lot of people doing it, or I kind of feel like, oh, maybe I can make more money doing this. But if you lean into just making the money, if you're worried to do what you want to do just because of what other people are doing, you're probably not going to have success long-term. And we want to blog as a business. We want to have long-term success. So you really have to figure out, what am I passionate about? What am I good at? What are those things that just come to me easily? I think sometimes as dietitians, we think we have to work really hard and be challenged a lot to make money. But you guys, those things that are super easy, they come natural to you, that you're like, oh my gosh, I could do this in my sleep. I feel almost like I'm robbing someone getting paid to do this. So it's so easy. Like, no. That's what you should be doing more of. Like, that is your zone of genius. And that is perfectly okay to make money doing something that is easy for you. So you have to figure out, what are you passionate about? What do you want to, have your blog about? What is your niche going to be? What is your specific area that you're going to speak to? And then finally, you just have to pick the path. I feel like that's a little bit of a hard way of saying it, but you just have to pick. You just have to decide. You can't be like, I'm going to do this, 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 and this. You got to pick one thing. I will say I do multiple things. Pick one thing to start with. You could do more things later once you're mastering that thing, but you got to pick your path. But here's the reality. You need to make a decision, then you need to take action. Don't get stuck. You got to move forward. The reality is, you're not married to your niche. You could always pivot. You could always change. But again, if you don't figure out what you want to do, you are never going to get started. So, you guys, what's your passion? If you had a blog, what would your niche be? Let me know. So let's talk about problem number 2. This one we're going to spend a little bit more time on. So this is the problem of, you don't know how to do it when it comes to a blog, right? And I totally get that. The tech, all the things, the business skills. So the solution is, you need to learn how to build the blog. You need to learn how to grow the blog. And then you need to learn business skills. So I'm going to talk to you guys about how to build a blog. This is my 6 steps to building a blog. It's kind of like the whole making money. To make money, you need to, have something to sell and someone to sell it to. I break it down really easy, but I think you guys know there's so much more behind the scenes to that. So just know that as I'm talking about the 6 steps to building a blog, there's a lot more behind the scenes, but I want to break it down so you guys can understand this. Now, I'm talking about how to build a blog you can monetize. Build a blog that is your own, that you own, that you can, make money through those areas I talked about before on how you can make money blogging, through ads, through all the things. So to do this, you need to create a hosted website. A lot of people lean into the pre-made platforms like a Wix or a Squarespace or a WordPress.com, and I would advise against those only because there are limitations when it comes to search engine optimization, growing and scaling your blog. And the reality is that you don't technically own that. Someone else owns that thing. You are just kind of having a platform on it. So if you really want to have a blog that you're going to monetize, it's going to cost you a little bit of money up front. A little less at the time that I'm recording this, a little less than $90 to buy your website domain and to buy website hosting for the first year of blogging. I'm going to explain what this means. So I'm going to use the analogy of a house. Think of your website as a house as we go through these steps. So the first step to building your blog is you need to create a domain name. This is your URL, your www.website.com. So think of this as your street address on the internet. It tells people where to find your website. So you have a street address, but that's not enough. Next, we need to secure a host. Think of this as the land where your website will live on the internet. So that is called a website host. This piece does cost money. And the domain costs money, but not much, like $12 a year. So after that, you have an address, you have some land, but you still don't have a home. Next, you need to add a content management system. This is the frame of your house. This is the space and the rooms that your content will be arranged in. So the content management system that I use and recommend is WordPress.org, not to be confused with WordPress.com. So you got to have that frame, right? We got to have a frame before we start putting the things in the house. So step number 4 is, now we have the bones of our house, we need to pick a theme. This is where we select the look and feel of our website. So we now have a welcoming home on the internet. But we're not done yet. We need to learn search engine optimization so that people can actually find our website on the internet. I kind of think of this as the phone book, like back in the day, if you guys remember what a phone book was, people would go to the phone book to find someone's number or where they live or all the things. So, we got to make sure that we learn how to make people find our happy home on the internet. And then finally, the last piece is to plan your content. Now that you have this website home, you need to be a good host. You need to plan out quality content and be sure to post consistently. So I know this is a little small, but this is everything all wrapped up. You need to have a domain name. You need to have a street address. You need to have your website host, so some land. You need to have a content management system. That is the framework. You need to pick a theme so you can decorate your pretty house. You need to learn SEO so you can make sure people can find you. And you need to plan your content so you could be a host, a good host. So how do we do this? Now, there's lots of different ways to do it, but just showing you how I do this and how I could help you guys do it if you want to. So I choose Google Domains to get my URL. It costs me $12 a year at the time that I'm recording this. I use SiteGround as a website host. That one's a little more expensive, but again, we're blogging as a business. Businesses have expenses. Aster as a theme, there's a free version. I do use the paid version, but I use the free one for the first year. And then finally, WordPress.org. And then also I do have a couple of programs available that I will talk about later that can help you build your blog. So now we talked about how to build a blog. Let's talk about how to grow your blog, because I mentioned it's not enough just to have a website. You got to figure out the strategy on how to grow your website. So there are 2 ways that you can grow your blog. You could use SEO, which is search engine optimization, or you could use chance. Now, I will tell you, some people have, just by chance, they put content out on the internet and they just happen to luck out and their website will rank. So that is possible, but that is not how you build a business. You really have to learn SEO strategy. And I will tell you, to be blunt, if you're not learning SEO, you are wasting your time blogging. You're putting out content that no one is going to be able to find. And it really is just a waste of time, your energy, and you're also creating amazing content that people need to see. They need to learn from, and they're never going to see it if you don't learn SEO. So let's talk a little bit about search engine optimization. This is just this is just the definition I found on Google. So this is coming from the Oxford Dictionary. Search engine optimization is the process of maximizing the number of visitors to a particular website by ensuring that the site appears high on the list of results returned on a search engine. And then they have a little sentence here that the key to getting more traffic lies in integrating content with search engine optimization and social media marketing. So really, guys, SEO is just a strategy that we use to get more people on our website, and we're doing that by making sure that we rank high on search engines. I'm gonna keep going through this. I'll explain a little more. So some stats on SEO. We keep talking about search engines, and that's because 93% of people go online through search engines. We have a question. Again, I mentioned, best hotel to stay in Anaheim, best shoes for, doing a marathon. I don't know. But, we typically go online through a search engine, and search engines lead us to blog articles. That's why we're creating blogs. 90% of search engine users use Google. And I think I mentioned 95%. I feel like with all these statistics, depending on where you're pulling them from, they kind of vary a little bit. But most people are using Google as a search engine. That's why we talk about Google when it comes to blogging. We want to essentially rank on the first page of Google. That is our goal with SEO. The number 2 search engine is YouTube, which is also owned by Google. And then finally, 75% of people never scroll past the first page of Google. So when you search something in Google, in a search engine, it pulls up 10 websites that hopefully answer your question. And so most people, think about what you do. If you Google something and you don't see what you're looking for on the first page, do you click to the second page? Maybe you do, but most of us are going to search a different query. We're going to change our search because we're like, oh, maybe I didn't clarify that. So when it comes to SEO, when it comes to growing our blog, our whole strategy is to get on the first page of Google because that's, most people are using Google and most people are looking at the first page. This is just a little snippet that shows on the first page of Google, if you are in the number 1 spot, 2 spot, 3 spot, 4 spot, it just shows you the percentage of people that click on the number 1 spot when they search a term down the line. So we want to be on the first page of Google, but you can see clearly we want to be in the number 1 spot on the first page of Google for a topic related to our website. So that is really all I'm going to say for now about SEO. But again, it is very, very important for blogging. It is a must. You have to learn it. So next, blog business skills. Business skills are so important because we are treating blogging as a business, not as a hobby. You need to think like a business owner. You need to think and act like a CEO, the chief executive officer of your website, of your brand, of your business. You need to set audacious goals. You need to be a visionary. You need to have the ability to see the invisible. Set these really big goals. Once you have these big goals, you know where you are, you know where you want to be. You need to create a strategic plan to get there. So this is, how do I know where I'm going, right? We need to be very strategic and actionable in everything that we're doing. We need to build confidence and have massive belief. We need to invest in our businesses and ourselves. And I mentioned that investing is not just money. It is also investing our time, investing our belief, investing our energy, investing in the right community. We need to take advantage of business tax deductions. I will tell you that's one of the coolest things of being a business owner is all of the tax deductions I have and all the benefits of being a business owner. And then finally, you need to be willing to take risk. And what I mean by that is you need to be willing to take imperfect action. And I know that's hard for a lot of dietitians to be imperfect, but perfectionism is only going to get you so far. Done is better than perfect. You have to take action over and over and over again. So, you guys, I know that was a lot, but what is your greatest barrier when it comes to starting a blog? I want you to think about that. When you think about, okay, I want to start a blog, but what's holding me back? Is it, figuring out what I want to do, figuring out how to do it, or figuring out those business skills so that I could actually make money through this blog? Because we're looking at blogging as a business and not as a hobby. We're looking at creating a blog to make income, to make impact, and to change people's lives. So let's shift gears and look at our third and final problem. So if we take that combination of problem number 1 and problem number 2, so you don't know what you want to do, you don't know how to do it, you combine it with perfectionism, it leads to overwhelm and inaction. So what's our solution? So I will say, I think the number 1 most important thing is working on your mindset. We're going to talk about this a little bit more, but you do have to work on your mindset. You have to let go of perfectionism. It does not serve you. It will not get you to where you want to go. And then you have to take massive action. You have to learn to let go, take massive action, and you have to be willing to be imperfect. You need to surround yourself with community that is going to help you get there. So you guys, it is all about mindset. One of my business coaches says with everything in life, it's 80% mindset, 20% mechanics. What that means is 20% is doing the thing. It's the blogging. It's the being a dietitian. It's the whatever it is. Only 20%. 80% of it is the mindset. It's the belief that you can do anything. And I feel like the more I've been in entrepreneurship, guys, I almost feel like that number is like 95% mindset. And I know that might sound a little crazy. And And I hope that makes sense, but really we hold ourselves back. That's the thing that holds ourselves back, is we don't set our goals big enough. We get stuck in perfectionism and all the things. So it really is all about mindset. And you guys, anything is possible, even the impossible. And I'm not saying that to be cheesy. I'm saying it because it is 100% true. You just have to believe it. So I want each and every one of you to expect greatness. If this is your main takeaway from this webinar today, even though it's about blogging as a business, this section where I'm talking about mindset right here, these are the things that I hope that you walk away with. I hope with whatever you do, blogging as a business, anything within your personal life, within your career, I want you to move forward expecting greatness. So I want to talk to you guys about expectation really quick. This is concepts from Myron Golden, who is amazing. So when it comes to expectation, it all has to do with our outcome. What are we expecting is going to happen? And then trying to think of what do we think is going to happen? Is it going to be undesirable or desirable? So if we think that something undesirable is going to happen, then that leads to anxious apprehension. We think, I'm going to spend all this time and money in starting a blog and it's not going to work. It's not going to grow traffic. No one's going to come to my website. What's that going to make? If that's your expectation, is that you're going to fail, you're going to have anxious apprehension. You're just going to be like, oh my gosh, this is awful. Where? If your outcome is desirable, you're like, I know this is possible. Katie says it is. She's shown how it is possible. I know I can do this. I just have to put in the time. I just have to put in the work. Then you know what? You're going to have joyful expectation. You are expecting that your outcome is going to be good. You're expecting that I'm going to do the work and I'm going to make money blogging. Then you will be excited. Like, man, I know blogging is a long-term game. I know I have to wait 1.5 years, maybe 2 years, but I know when that comes, I'm going to be making passive income in my sleep, thousands of dollars a month. I know it's going to be worth it. I'm excited about it. So, you guys, the reality is that anxiety, that anxious apprehension from expecting something undesirable, that's what stops us dead in our tracks. And it leads us to waste our present energy on future outcomes. So, where does that anxiety typically stem from? You know it, dietitians. Perfectionism. So I think a lot of dietitians identify with being perfectionists. Not all of you, but most people are who are in this field. And the reality is that perfectionism, though most people wear it as a badge of honor, it is not really a badge of honor to be worn. It is a weakness, because perfectionism leads to paralysis. We get stuck. We can't move forward. Something has to be perfect. We spend so much time on something that we just don't get it done. Or we do, but it really leaves less time to do all the other things we could be doing. So, you guys, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to know everything. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to strive for imperfection, even if it's in tiny ways. But I want you to remember that done is better than perfect. So I have created a new badge of honor for you guys, and it is the Imperfectly Perfect badge. And this is something that I want each and every one of you moving forward beyond this webinar to just really try to lean into being imperfect and wear this as a badge of honor, that you are imperfectly perfect. You are taking action. You are confident knowing that I don't have to know everything. I can figure it out as I go. I know that done is better than perfect, and that's how I'm going to reach my goals, because I know a lot of you right now, you maybe have thought about blogging for a while, and maybe not even blogging. Maybe this is all new to you and you're excited about it, but you're just like, I want to have my own business. I want to make money. I want to have a side hustle. But what's kept you from moving forward? Some of it's not knowing, but a lot of it is the perfectionism, thinking I have to know everything first. I have to be perfect first. I have to figure it out first. I have to become an expert in this area of nutrition first. You don't have to. You just have to take action. So thinking of the mindset to start, really, when you move forward and start a business, it's not about being busy, like just filling up your time, but you have to be focused. You have to be strategic. You don't want to be wasting time, but you do need a concrete idea of what your future will look like. You need to figure out, when we talked about thinking and acting like a CEO, you need to know where you are, where you want to go, have a strategic plan to get there. That is your path. You need to be willing to forego perfectionism. You need to let go of anxiety and ego, and a lot of perfectionism lies within ego. You need to take imperfect action, and you need to pursue your dreams relentlessly. So, who is with me? Are you ready to let go of perfectionism and take action? Let me know. So, you guys, we are wrapping up this section where we talked about these dietitian blogger problems. We've talked about what are the things that are holding back dietitians from starting blogs and, blogging as a business, making money online. Number one is not knowing what you want to do. But we've learned that, you just got to learn what's possible. You got to uncover what is your niche, and you have to move forward and take action. So maybe you don't know how to do it. Well, then gosh, you need to learn. You need to learn how to build that blog, how to grow that blog, how to think like, act like, be a CEO. And then when it comes to, taking the don't know what to do, don't know how to do it, plus perfectionism leads to that overwhelm. Well, you just need to take imperfect action. That is what you need to do. So my question for you guys, how are you going to get results? How are you going to start blogging? So there's two options. There are the people who are the DIYers, the people who like to do it yourself, or you could work with me. So I do want to talk to you guys. I'm going to shift gears. Again, there's going to be a bonus at the end, but I want to talk to you guys a little bit about my signature program, which is the Blogging Accelerator Program, which really is all about blogging as a business. So who is this program for? So we talked about the little pyramid before, and this program is for bloggers to be and bloggers. So you can have no idea what you want to do and really thrive in this program. You can have an idea of what you want to do and thrive. And I will tell you, you could already have a blog. You could have a blog that's not making money, and you will thrive in this program. So who is this program not for? It is not for someone who is already making decent income through your blog. If you already have a blog and you're crushing it, then awesome. These are probably too basic of concepts for you. This is not for anyone who's looking to get rich quick. It also isn't for someone who's unwilling to be imperfect and take action. I mean, if you're willing to do it, that's fine. You're probably going to struggle for a while as you learn to let those things go over and over and over again. I will tell you, sometimes I get stuck in it, but you have to be willing to take imperfect action. This is not for someone who isn't ready to invest in themselves. And again, not just investing the money, but investing the time, the belief, the energy, all the things that it takes to get the work done. And it's also probably not for you guys out there who really hate writing. I mean, I will say there are you can transcribe, you could talk into a microphone and have stuff transcribed and edit it. But if you're like, I totally hate writing, blogging is a website, and websites are written words. I mean, there's opportunities with blogging, video blogs, and different things out there, being an influencer, being on YouTube. But if you totally hate writing, then maybe blogging's not for you. But, probably if you hated writing, you wouldn't be listening to this. But let's shift gears. So I want to know, do you guys want to learn more about how you can work with me to start blogging as a business? Let me know. So if you guys are okay with it, let's dive in and talk about our Blogging Accelerator program. And again, this is my signature program for blogging as a business. This is the program that moves dietitians up the pyramid from being either a blogger to be or a blogger to becoming that blog employee who's making money to the blog boss at the top. So I really go through this program using what I call the blog monetizer method, and I am going to walk you through the details of each of these. It's an 8-week program, and really this is each block is a week. So let me show you what those weeks look like. So the time commitment for the program, it's a 2-month program, 8 weeks total, and the time commitment for you guys for watching videos, doing the work, is about 5 to 7 hours per week. Now, this will only happen if you're willing to be imperfect. If you can spend a ton of time really getting a little obsessive and wanting to be perfect in a certain section. So the time commitment is really designed to help you move forward with imperfect action. So the time commitment, it is 2 months, 8 weeks total, 5 to 7 hours per week. So I want to talk to you guys about what each week is and what the outcome of that week will be. In week 1, it is all about discover. You will leave that week with a focused niche, a brand, and an understanding of business basics. You'll figure out what you want to do. In week 2 is the week of build. You are going to leave that week with a live website ready to monetize. I know it sounds crazy, but you are going to build a perfectly imperfect website in 1 week. In week 3, it's going to be all about learn. You'll leave that week with the understanding of the basics for growing your blog. Week 4 is all about finding the gold. You are going to be able to create a list of topics to create blog posts on for your first year of blogging. In week 5, it's all about create, and we're creating a few things. It's creating, so pretty much at the end of the week, you will have confidence in creating more content in less time. Week 6 is all about nurture. You'll begin building your audience online, and that includes within, the website, but then also outside. So through social media, through email marketing. Week 7 is the week of dream, where you will leave the week with a list of products and services to create as you grow your brand. If you remember before, I talked, it's all about the timing. You need something to sell and someone to sell it to. We need to start off with really building our audience. And then as we grow, we need to strategically create products and services for people to buy. So a lot of it is, by the time this 2-month program ends, you'll really have a plan with what you want to do. And we do talk specifically about how to do the things. So there's a lot of actionable items in there. But the last week is the week of plan, and you will leave that week with a strategic plan, moving forward with confidence, excitement, determination, and tenacity. So You guys, the Blogging Accelerator Program is a value of $997, and it is an 8-week program with 4 components. Each week there's an introduction video. I have some core learning content. There's some resources for you to download and an action item that you will do every single week. This is just a little snippet of what the program looks like. It's hosted on a website called Thinkific, which is an online course. The tools and resources that are included, I'm not going to go walk you through every single one. You can see them on the screen, but pretty much it's just checklists, tools, templates, different things that I've created as I've built up my own blog business. So pretty much everything I've created, I'm giving to you guys because my whole goal and vision is to make blogging easier for you guys so you guys can get there faster and not have to worry with all the headaches or, oh, shoot, I did stuff wrong. I got to fix it. So lots of tools and resources. Here's a couple examples. I mentioned I have a lot of checklists. So we got the business starter checklist. I've got my online dietitian volunteer program. Here's the Blogging Accelerator Program guide. And here's actually a workbook on 5 strategies to create more time because who doesn't need that? So I mentioned the action items. So with every week, you're actually going into our members only Facebook group and you are completing an action item. So it really is designed to keep you on track, sharing with the community and just to keep you motivated and keep you going. So you can see here for your action item for week 1 is to go and actually comment here, share your niche and blog name below. So the last part of this is the Facebook group I mentioned. Now, this is my favorite part of the Blogging Accelerator program, guys. You will be part of an amazing group of dietitians on the same journey as you. The Facebook group really is, again, the highlight of the program, and you get access to this for life. So our Blogging Accelerator program includes the 8-week online course, the 15 plus tools and resources to help you blog, and then lifetime access to the Facebook group. So all of that, a value of nearly $2,500. But I got some bonuses I'm going to be talking about. So bonus number 1 is my Beyond the 9-to-5 coaching course. I do sell this separately. It is a value of $349. And this is a coaching course that you will work on in your first week. And it's designed to help you get beyond the 9-to-5, to have the career you've always wanted, and to become laser focused as you start the side hustle or business or blog of your dream. And you're going to leave that course with an action plan tailored to you and your dreams. Now, it comes with a really cool workbook. It's a 30-plus page dietitian coaching workbook designed to get you through it. And essentially through this workbook, you're going to create a roadmap for your first 1 year of business. And then the last little bonus in here is I do have my Fulfilling 5 printable journal. Now, I do really believe that success in business starts with success in life. I don't believe it's like personal life, business life. I think it's just life. And so we really have to take care of ourselves first. And this printable journal really is a way to help you stay focused and fulfilled. It does include, I've got if you got it, you'd see my Fulfilling 5. You can check off each day that you've done a thing. There's space for daily gratitude and then also journaling. So the Blogging Accelerator program, now it includes the 8-week online course, all of those tools and resources, lifetime access to our Facebook group, the Beyond the 9-to-5 coaching course with the workbook and journal, a value of nearly $3,000. But I got more bonuses. So bonus number 4 is my Fast Track Blog Builder. Now, I made this course as I walked you through how to build a website, just like the ones I have that are, the geriatric dietitian is making income, lots of viewers. So pretty much, I know there's lots of different ways to make a blog, but I'm showing you, hey, here's how I did it. You can do it too. So really, it shows you how to make a website using Google Domains, SiteGround, WordPress, and Astra. And we're going to show you the workbook next that will actually help you get there. So this is the Fast Track Blog Builder Workbook. It's a 16-page workbook designed to get you through the course. And I just want to show you a real quick snippet of what the program looks like. So these are pages from the workbook. So this program, it's fast. It's a Fast Track Blog Builder. That's the name of it. It's designed to help you to get a website online, because I will tell you this part holds dietitians up for months and you will have a website live in 1 week. So the total videos for this program is 2 hours and 3 minutes. Action time, 3 hours and 13 minutes. So a total time of 5.5 hours. So you can see there's 14 lessons and there's a time for each one. So this time includes the time to watch the video and the time to create the action. And the way I've designed this is that you'll sit down only if you have enough time to complete the lesson, because you really have to watch it and do it. That's the whole point. Watch, do, watch, do. It's not a matter of I'm going to sit and learn something for 15 hours and then just never do it because I forgot all the stuff I learned. It's really designed to help you take action. So I do have one really long lesson here, but it's just building a blog. There's a part that takes a couple hours, but you you can, plan that throughout the week appropriately. Got all the links here, got some tools for you guys, and this is just a sample of one of the lessons. So lesson 1, intro, it's 8 minutes long. The action item takes about 7 minutes. The total time, the link you need, the action item, and some tips. And you can, I complete my blog by blah, blah, blah. So anyways, it's just really designed to help you guys create a blog because I know how hard that tech is. So you guys, the Blogging Accelerator program includes the 8-week online course, all those tools and resources, Facebook group, the Beyond the 9 to 5 coaching course with workbook journal, the blog builder course and workbook. And I got one more bonus, and that is the 3 live Q&A calls. And really, these are designed to complement the courses you're taking, help you to stay motivated, stay on track, and inspired to make your blogging and or side hustle dreams come true. And, there are replays available if you can't make the live. That is completely possible. And the other thing I will say is that the Facebook group is a really active place where you ask questions, and I answer the questions. But the beauty of the Facebook group is all the other dietitians who've been through the program will sometimes they answer the questions before me. And it's so great to get this input and advice from all these dietitians who are in the same shoes as you. And I often go live in our Facebook group and do Facebook lives and trainings kind of on the fly too. But with the program, there are 3 live Q&A group calls. So that's my last. Well, I do have one more bonus, but that's my last bonus of what's in the program. So again, we are looking at the 8-week online program, the tools, the resources, the Facebook group, lifetime access, Beyond the 9 to 5 coaching course, workbook, journal, fast track blog builder course and workbook, and the 3 live Q&A group calls, a value of over $4,000. So here it all is. We have our Blogging Accelerator program. It's a 2-month accelerated program designed to launch you into the online space, making money through multiple income streams without seeing patients. You'll be building confidence and taking massive action. So really, to summarize this program, it's designed to help you stop dreaming and start doing. It's step-by-step how-to, actionable. It's about learning and doing. It provides accountability and support. You will be taking imperfect action and building your brand. You can get started now with the Blogging Accelerator program for only $1,997. So I mentioned the program's valued at over $5,000, but you're going to get a significant discount if you join now. To get started, you can click on the link below this video or by visiting my website, dietitiansidehustle.com/sales page. So my question for you is, are you ready? If you're ready, let me know. Click on the link, visit the website to sign up. Now, if you're on the fence, totally okay. I want you guys to apply for a free strategy session. We can hop on a Zoom call and we could talk about where are you at in your business? Where do you want to go? And we can try to figure out, is this the best program for you? Because ultimately, this is a program, I know it can help you start a blog, have the side hustle of your dreams and all of these things, but we really want to make sure that it's the best fit for you. So if you're on the fence, you can click on the link for a free strategy session, or again, visit the website and there is a button on there that you can apply for a free strategy session. And also, if you know someone who this would be a good fit for, you could help me by spreading the word. Let people know, hey, did you know that you can make money through blogging? Hey, check out this program. So here's what some of our bloggers have to say. This is a little small snippet of people who've been through the program. So we have Sunui. She shared that the Blogging Accelerator program was a great source of support, information, inspiration. She said that I was attentive and helpful, and she recommends the course for you if you want to see results. So Grace shared, as a newbie to blogging, it's all overwhelming, but Katie has broken down each of the tasks and has made some incredible checklists, all with the steps to keep it simple. And then finally, Maria has shared that the Blogging Accelerator program has helped me tremendously, giving me the encouragement that I needed to start to keep me on track. It's so easy to say it's too hard or I don't have the time, preach, and to offer all the support and resources you need to succeed. So, you guys, here's my dream. Here is my reason behind the Blogging Accelerator program and why I'm doing what I'm doing through this webinar, trying to teach you how you could use blogging as a business. I want to help dietitians become bloggers so that every time someone searches a nutrition-related topic online, it pulls up a blog written by a registered dietitian. So that, 2 reasons. Number 1, the public gets correct information. We need that, right? There's too much fake information online. And number 2, so it's the dietitian making the money. And the reality is there's a lot of money to be made online. And there's a lot of bloggers out there making massive money sharing information that's not correct. So wouldn't it be a beautiful world if any time someone went online and searched something, there was a website by a dietitian, correct information, accurate information for the consumers, and it's that dietitian making that money. right? I hope you guys can see that dream and I hope you're on board with me for it. But the reality is, to make that dream come true, we need more dietitians as bloggers. We need them not just having blogs, but learning the strategy to grow and scale their blog and to create a business that is going to make impact and make them money. So, you guys, I want to talk to you guys about the program. If at all you're on the fence, I've got a couple slides. I want to talk a little bit more about this before I wrap up. So if you took this program and all you did was finally have clarity in your niche, would it be worth it? All you did was you finally built that gosh darn blog, would it be worth it? If all you did was learn how to let go of perfect, would it be worth it? If all you did was start taking action instead of being stuck in the same place over and over and over again, would it be worth it? If all you did was join the right community, this awesome community of dietitian bloggers in our members only Facebook group, would it be worth it? If all you did was create passive income where you're making income and you don't have to trade time for money, you wake up and you say, oh my goodness, I've made money and I didn't do anything, would it be worth it? If all you did was have your dreams come true, would it be worth it? Now, I hope that this is a program that you are seeing, oh man, this can really help to change my life and I could use blogging as a business. I can start making money online on my own schedule from the comfort of my own home, build my own brand, make massive impact, reach lots of people, and make lots of money. So I want to talk to you guys about 3 things that might be holding you back. These are the 3 things that I hear the most from dietitians when it comes to really moving forward and with an investment that they want to do in their business. So the first thing I want to talk about is money. I mentioned I like talking about money, and I really hope that more and more dietitians get comfortable talking about the subject, because there's nothing wrong with talking about money, guys. A lot of dietitians struggle with money mindset issues. Too many dietitians are underpaid, and we just don't feel comfortable talking about this topic. But you guys, we need to start talking about it, but we also need to realize investing in school, it's easy. Think of how much money we all paid to go get our bachelor's degree, our master's degree, the unpaid internship for most of us. But then when it comes to online programs, they're so new and it feels so weird to invest in them like we did school. But something that you need to understand and you need to realize is that the DIY, the do-it-yourself route, is going to take you more time. Now, getting from point A to point B, I have no doubt if you are motivated, encouraged, inspired, you will get there. But the question is, how long is it going to take you to get from A to B? The DIY route will take you more time. And the reality is that your time is money. Now, the longer you're spending trying to figure out how to do the thing, that's money you could be making. So you're pretty much putting off making that money. But also think of how valuable our time is, guys. So when it comes to money, money replenishes. What I mean by that, if you have a traditional job, every 2 weeks, you get another paycheck, right? Money is something that continues to come back. But think about your time. Can you get back that time? No. Can you get back that time with family? Can you get back that time with friends? Can you get back that time for that, once in a lifetime opportunity? No, when time passes, you can't get it back. Money replenishes, but your time does not. So you need to decide what is more valuable to you. Is it going to be the time or the money? And I will tell you, a lot of people pursue business because of time and not money. I think some dietitians, because again, we're a little uncomfortable with money, they say, well, I want to start my business because I want to help people. I don't care about money. And that's fine. A lot of people, it's not about the money, it's about the time. Because if you're able to make more money, you can work less. If you work less, you have back more time that you can do those things you're passionate about, spend it with those people you love. So we need to figure out what is more valuable to us, time or money. Do we want to do the DIY route? Because you absolutely can, but just know that it will take you more time, which is more money that you're not making. And again, money can replenish. And most of us have some disposable income, right? We think of money that we're spending on, getting our coffee or other things that is just disposable, not things we need. So it's really about trying to figure out, okay, where is the best way for me to invest and use my money? And finally, if cash flow is the issue, like you're looking at the price, hey, I don't have that much money right now. Totally fine. We have a payment plan available. It's a 10-month payment plan. So if you're getting the promo bonus with the program of $997, it's pretty much spread out over a 10-month time period. So we're looking at $99.97 for 10 months. So spread out. So if cash flow is the issue, you just don't have that much capital right now, that is an option for you. So you guys, I'm not talking about this money to sound shameful or to sound, or something uncomfortable. I just want to have an honest conversation about money because, again, I think that more of us need to talk about it. That, money is it's a part of business. It's a part of life, and we need to get comfortable talking about it. And is that something that's holding you back? And if so, is there something you can do to work around it? If like deep in your heart, you're like, man, I want to do this. So the next thing that might be holding you back is time. As a reminder, the time commitment for this program is 5 to 7 hours per week. So, I say that's the time for the program, but the program ends in 2 months. But the reality is you're going to have to continue doing work if you want to make your business a success. Now, do you have to do 5 to 7 hours per week forever? No. There's probably some weeks you might not do any work because blogging is creating passive income. Other weeks you might do a little more. But you really have to make sure, how am I going to find this time? You need to be willing to commit to it. Recognize it's not massive amounts of time. And then also, we do have a lesson that I've included on creating more time. And there's a workbook and a whole thing because this is something that a lot of us deal with. Because the reality is there's typically enough time. It's just a matter of how do we, make sure we're not wasting time on things that aren't important. How do we be strategic in making sure that we are creating more time so we can get the work that we want to do done so we can really achieve our dreams. So the final thing that is probably one of the biggest things that holds dietitians back is confidence. And confidence in a lot of ways. Confidence in, can I do this? Am I good enough? There's other dietitians who are already doing this who are better than me. So is there room for me? And that really gets in the way and it holds a lot of people up. So I just want to let you guys know this program is designed to help you take imperfect action. I mentioned it's you learn, you do. There's a community to support you. There's accountability. There's a time frame so you don't get stuck on anything too crazy. And if you're feeling stuck, you can share in the Facebook group and people can support you. But it's designed to help you take imperfect action. And the more you do, the more action you take. You do something over and over and over again, you're going to become more confident. That's the tricky thing about confidence is that you have to do the thing to really do the repetition to gain the mastery to be confident. So this whole program is designed to help you be more confident and take massive action. And heck, I even created a lesson on creating more confidence because again, I saw that as a huge need for dietitians. So if you're ready to get started, you can click on the link, visit the website. So I do want you guys to remember, you can take the DIY route. Now, I don't want to make it seem like I'm trying to discourage you or this is the only way. I absolutely believe in this program and I want each and every one of you to have success. So of course I want you in the program, but you can take the DIY route and you can pursue blogging as a business on your own. And if this is your dream, guys, then start today. Take action and make your dreams a reality. Now, if you're on the fence, you're like, oh, Katie, I think I want in this program, but I'm not sure. Remember, you can apply for a free strategy session. Click on the link, visit the website. I'd love to chat with you guys and try to figure out, is this program the best program for you? So finally, you guys, we are just on over the 1 hour mark, still less than an hour and a half, but I wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this webinar, to learn more about blogging as a business, to take the time to listen about this program I've created to help dietitians to go out there and become bloggers. And I just want to encourage each and every one of you to join me on this mission that I have. Let's take over the online space and let's start treating blogging as a business. It's not a hobby. It's a legitimate way that dietitians can make money, make impact, reach more people. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want more information, again, click on the link, go to the website, reach out to me. Thanks so much for joining me today. Bye, guys.